Alrighty guys, here with another video. This is day 0 of the hidden hydro install. I've had mixed reviews on this from some friends, but I'm going to give it a go because I've always kind of been a stock handbrake guy. I've only used basically this position except for the Z for a little bit, and I really didn't want to sacrifice having less leg room and more handles and really just have that stealth aesthetic. If you're watching this video, that means that it's worked, and I actually wanted to post the video because it actually worked. So stay tuned for how everything works, but this is basically day 0 because I'm in my car in the parking lot. Didn't feel like doing anything else on a Sunday, but I figured I'd try to at least mock it up. So ideally you're cutting out your glove box center console so you can hide your hydro. And this setup uses the factory handbrake, so what I've done is ordered a new IS300 handbrake line. Should be the same, shouldn't really be, even if it is slightly different, I only need basically from this point down to here because you're effectively hooking up the stock cable to here. And I wanted to make sure I kept everything stock that I could put back in for inspection in about a year. That's the only thing that really prevents me from trying to do a bunch of stuff that I'm like, who cares, is you have to put into fact that you're going to have to inspect the car. And they have a lot of stipulations. So this is the setup. It looks like it's going to fit perfect. As you can see, these holes are for the mounting in here, and I have about 1 inch of room behind that. So that should fit perfect. I'm going dual caliper in the rear. So everything is effectively removable and bolt on, which is kind of the go-to over here in Japan. I just don't have access to great fabricators like my buddy GSK Fab. So anything that's bolt on that I can kind of make stealthy and make easy and work is great. So this is what we're trying to do. This is the bracket, has a little bit of a divot, which actually works out perfect. This is for a S chassis, but this actually works perfect. Butts up right against this bracket here. Have it at a little bit of an angle. That's kind of what GK Tech recommends anyways. So have a little bit of an angle, and as you can see, it fits great back there. My main concern was this piece that actually connects to the cable. I wanted to make sure we had enough room between here and here so this thing isn't getting pulled and then hitting this. Looks like there's going to be plenty of room. So we're fitting back here. We fit up here. I'll show you kind of how it would sit in the box. It's a little more difficult because of this piece here, but we'll have room for that cut out. But here. All right, let me take this little piece off and kind of show you. 2 sec. All right, so effectively, that is how it will sit in the box. It will sit down a little bit lower, so we have to take into account for plastics, but from what I can tell, where that's going to be sitting, yeah, it's not going to interfere with that or the rear brackets. So, I mean, even if it did cover one of the holes, you know, like, I could still bolt this center in with like 2 bolts, and it's not going to go anywhere. But yeah, loads of room on this 110 glove box. So again, this is made for S chassis, but it is kind of a universal kit as well. It comes with Wilwood dual pot calipers in the rear, and we'll be running the Wilwood pad. The main reason that we wanted to change to this is because at Gunsight I put in brand new Project Mu pads, and they literally were cooked in a day, and that was like 150 bucks. I put new stock pads in there. Who knows how long those will last, right? So you got to take into account for, you know, how much is this going to cost, which just was about 800 bucks. I basically like made my own line kit, ordered all the pieces separate, and then the physical parts, it all came out to about 600 and then 200 in lines. So yeah, 800 bucks, whereas I just basically effectively spent, you know, on 2 different sets of pads and time and labor of me just, you know, having to rip everything apart again. Like, that was already 300 bucks right there. So it's a small investment, and drifting with the Hydro and the Z, I actually did fall in love with it because it was just so consistent, so reliable. And anybody that's used a Hydro understands that. Anybody who hasn't and only still uses their stock handbrake, they're going to say, oh, stock handbrake is the best. But don't get me wrong, plenty of Ibisu cars run stock pads like every single Matsuri. But again, in Matsuri, on Higashi, my rear pads got too hot and my handbrake stopped working on Higashi, where I'm literally flat and forth. So it's kind of one of those things. Yeah, a lot of these guys at Matsuri are probably running stock stuff, and I know it works because I've used JZX for over 10 years. However, if you're mobbing through Gunsai Touge or mobbing on Higashi, it just doesn't cut it, unfortunately. So this is the Japanese brand that, well, I don't know if it's Japanese, but this is what the GK Tech supplied on Japan side. I think you get a Willwood one if you order from GK Tech USA. But yeah, if you didn't know, GK Tech sells stuff in Japan and it shows up in like 2 days. So that's great. It's very hot. I'm sweating. So see you at the hobby shop next weekend. So got the plate mounted up, another plate on the bottom, sandwiching it all together, and then this bolt comes up through, attaches to this nice little swivel piece. Still got to cut the center console to slide it over, but everything looks to be working well. Cut up bought an extra IS300 cable, cut that up. But yeah, you can see it working in action. This is how much plays in the handle. Almost nothing. And then we can still adjust it here with the screw, so that's nice. But yeah, just need to plumb it up now. But I don't have that right now, so this is where we're going to stop at. But everything is basically mounted up, and yeah, it's pretty sweet. Alright, bottom has been cut out of the center console. Was able to keep my little card holder. Go ahead and put in the car. Boom, boom. Fits up great. Alright, unfortunately I'm just kind of in a rush, so I'm going to show you quickly what I've done. I wish I could give you more step by step, but I'm just in such a hurry because we're on a time limit here at the workshop. But I got that bench blade, I got the line hooked up, everything's hooked up here. We got the dual caliper on. There's a stud back here that you need to hit out with like an air hammer. That's the only way I was able to get it out. That kind of got me paused for a while. So once I got that out, then I also had to put one spacer on the inside to make sure the gap was good with this rotor. So if you're doing this yourself and you have questions, just hit me up. I'll try to comment back because I didn't really go into detail. But yeah, just running the lines. So right next where the ABS comes out, boom, and then from here to a little T, and then just do the other side. Gonna bleed it all up. But yeah, try to do as much updating, but really just kind of grinding, trying to go fast. Yeah, again, if you need some help, just hit me up. I'll try to help you out. I got it all bled up. Feels freaking awesome. Not too much, you know, it's not on tension, it's not constantly locking up. Tested it on the ramp, everything was sweet, so I just need to test it at Ibisu next weekend. But it feels freaking awesome. Can still use it temporarily in short periods of time with the handbrake up. Obviously you don't want to leave it all the way like that at night, but yeah, pretty stoked on this. Sweet. Got the center console back in. Nice thing is I got my little card holder still. I gotta keep my little tray so I can still put stuff in here technically, and really I can put stuff in here. It's not gonna go anywhere if it's larger items, and that's the finished product. Looks same as we started, just boom. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Sweet.
Oh, that was so much fun.
That's a wrap for the hydro install. No more overheating stock handbrake. I know the stock handbrake is good. A lot of you are going to say that. I've had a JZX110 for 10 years and the stock handbrake is amazing, but it just wasn't making the cut when it comes to huge tracks. And we were doing Scuba 2000 in September, and I'm going to need a solid handbrake for 4th gear entries on Scuba. It's going to be crazy. I'm super stoked on that. But yep, shout out to GK Tech with a cool little kit. And shout out Excessive for the bracket and the Willwood calipers. It's all pretty sweet. Definitely recommend their product. This is not sponsored or anything, but a lot of people hate on this kit, but no issues from my end. I think it just comes down to making sure you install it properly. And yep, sorry there wasn't as much good footage of installing it, but that car rips. But yeah, sorry there's not that much footage of me installing it. It was just kind of trying to get the car together so we can make sure it was solid. So with that, see you in the next video.